Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your time and depending on when you're going to be seeing this video. It's about your boy courserepscorner. Like I always tell you guys, it's my corner, it's your corner, and it's our corner.
I don't wanna fall in love, I just wanna have some fun, yeah. I don't wanna fall in love.
I am not going to paint words. I am not going to lie. But if you feel I am lying or if you feel I am wrong, please correct me. What this particular young girl did was wrong. Okay? It's good we say the truth the way they are. Anyway, without wasting time, let me give us an intro. I'll play the video. Just listen to me. Let me give you this intro. There was a show that Omahlay did in the UK, and there was this particular lady who did something. It was trending few days ago. Or is it up to 2 weeks? Let me use the word few days ago, because few days can be weeks, can be months. Few days ago, Omahlay went for a show in UK and something happened. During the presentation, he called out somebody to come and dance with him on stage, and that dance became so erotic. I'll repeat. Omahlay invited a young lady to come and dance with him on stage, and soon after the lady stepped on stage, that particular scenario became so erotic, became so, how do I put it? It was like fire. And now, get the logic. The young lady in question came to that show with her boyfriend, came to that program with a lover, came to that program with somebody that she is in a relationship with. And that kind of a thing happened. How will you feel if you were to be the one who went to a show with your woman, with your man, and your woman or your man step on stage and start dancing like that? Eventually, the young man couldn't bear it, and the young man had to call off the relationship. Will you blame the young man? For me, as a person, I won't blame the young man. The young man even tried to bear it to that extent. For me, I will not blame the young man. But in all that we are doing now, they interviewed the lady after she made an apology video, of which I'm not willing to go into, because that apology for me is non-avoid. When I saw it, I laughed because she knew what she was doing, and you could hear where she said that she did not regret her actions on that day. You hear it from her mouth, which means she knew what she was doing, and she was comfortable doing it, and she was okay doing it. So what is that the need? There is no need. Do you understand? So anyway, I just want to show us a few clips from that interview she had with somebody on the internet. I saw it a few days ago. So let me share that interview so that you hear what she said. I want you to judge this matter, please. What she did, was she right or was she wrong? For me, she was wrong. She was very, very wrong. You are in a relationship, a committed, romantic, intimate relationship with somebody, and you're able to behave like that on stage with an artist. Omahlay, at some point, like some video I saw, Omahlay even asked the young man, why is he not happy? Is it because he danced with his babe? Yes, something. I saw that kind of clip there. So I don't really know why somebody who is in a relationship will be so free to dance in that manner to somebody who she's not dating. Anyway, let us just hear the few clips from this interview and hear if she was right or wrong. Please tell me in the comment section, was she right or wrong saying that? And from the interview, like I said, you hear her confirm that she did not regret her actions. You hear it from her. Anyway, guys, that's all I've come to share. I want to thank you for always watching my content. Thank you so much for the love and the care. For those of us who have not subscribed or followed us on our social media platform, please, I beg you, subscribe to our channel, like, comment, and share so I can move this ministry to the promised target. Come away next time to see me on your screen, guys. I leave us with this interview made by the lady who danced with Omahlay in the just concluded show Omahlay had in the UK. Let's go and hear what she has to say and the excuse she gave why she did that.
You went to a concert, an Omahlay concert, and obviously you wanted to be there. We all saw the footage. You were very excited to be there, and you got called up on stage, and like we mentioned earlier, you gave him the hottest wine ever, but you were with somebody. Now, this is the question on everybody's minds. Girl, who is this man? Were you in a committed and defined relationship with him?
Yes, we was in a committed relationship.
How long were you together for?
Just under a year, so going to a year.
And when you say you were in a defined relationship, just so that everybody's aware, he was your boyfriend and you were his girlfriend?
Yes.
Yes? Okay, perfect. So you mentioned in your apology video, which we're going to get back to, that you're a diehard fan of Omahlay. So I think my question here is, was this a date night? Was this planned? Was this who bought the tickets? Why were you guys there together? Can you kind of talk us through what happened, the journey of that?
So I'm a huge Omahlay fan. I've been a fan since he even started like music. So I really, really like his music. So I've always wanted to go to his concert. I was going to see him, I think this was last year, but he cancelled that show. So I was like, oh, I've got to go to the next show, like 100%. So when he said that he was coming to London, I just bought the tickets. And I thought I'd bring my boyfriend because he was going through a hard time himself. So I thought this might like get his mind off it. So I just thought, yeah, I'll just go with him. Favourite artist, favourite person, so I just thought, yeah.
Did you think I might get called on stage? Did that run through your mind?
I've always wanted to go on stage with Omahlay. I don't think there's any other artist that I'd even go on stage like with. So me and him, we've had this conversation like days before the concert. If I was to get called on stage, like, would you be fine with that? And he said, yeah, that's fine. He's been okay with it, yeah.
Ah, okay. Well, that kind of changes the narrative. So we've seen from the videos that have surfaced online that you were very excited to go on stage. And now that you've revealed to us that he was okay with it, you going on stage, was it something that you just told him or did you guys discuss it prior?
We discussed it prior, obviously, but he didn't know that I'd get picked to go on stage. So when Omahlay pointed at me, obviously in the video you can see like I was really, really excited, which I was. And he was encouraging me to go. Like he even said, yeah, like go. That's why I went in the first place.
There is a point in the video where it looks as though he's holding on to you and saying, well, obviously we don't know what he was saying, but it does look like he was a bit reluctant to let you go on stage. Is that fair for us to say?
Not really, just because he was holding me the entire show.
Okay.
So that's why it looked like he didn't want me to go, but he was fine with it. And there was a point where I was like stood next to him and everyone thought like I moved away from him, but I was stood there because I was waiting for the security to get me out of the crowd.
Okay. Okay. So when you got up onto the stage, what was going through your mind from the minute that he pointed to you getting onto the stage? What was going through your mind?
I was like, he picked me? Like I was so happy, honestly. Like I wasn't thinking of anything negative, anything bad, or I'd go up there and do something that would obviously, you know, but I was really, really happy. Like I was just so excited. I was like, I'm on stage with Omahlay, like this is what I wanted. So yeah. Yeah, I was happy.
We could all see that you were very excited. I mean, if it was me and Usher, we wouldn't be having this conversation. I'd be in the same position as you. So when you got on stage and, you know, you were dancing with Omahlay and obviously when you went behind the screen and everything, did you at any point think, oh, my man's in the audience actually, maybe let me relax a little bit? Did that ever occur to you?
If I'm being honest, no.
Okay.
I knew he was in the crowd, obviously. Like, I know he's there, but before we got up the stairs, obviously he asked me what my name was and I just did my little like dance. I obviously thought that was it. So I didn't think of it as much about him being offended in the crowd or anything.
Okay. When you went to the top of the stairs and the screen came down, what was going through your minds at that point?
From what I remember, like I said prior, I was just really happy and excited. And he's done something similar at his previous show. But obviously that was with a professional dancer, so I wouldn't expect him to do that with a fan. But obviously when those curtains like dropped, I just thought to myself, I was like, oh, is this like the same performance that he did at his last show? So yeah, I just kind of knew I just had to dance.
You mentioned that you've seen previous concerts from Omahlay and this is something that he has done before. So at that point, did you feel any pressure to overperform, to show them that you're that girl, you know?
I kind of did because there was a lot of people, a lot of cameras, and I knew if I walk off the stage, people would tell me, oh, you ruined the show, you did this, you did that. So I just thought, okay, just
I'm here now.
I'm here now, just dance, like.
From one person to another, you did your thing, yeah? So that being said, after you guys danced, there is a rumor going around, I'm not sure if you've heard that, when the screen came down, you and Omahlay did share a kiss.
We did not kiss. All he did was he just like kind of hugged me. So obviously because of like the shadow, it looked like we kissed, but no, we didn't.
After you danced with Omahlay on stage, was there any exchange of contact details, whether it's Instagram, phone number, email?
No, his team did ask me to like stay, obviously, but because my boyfriend was in the crowd, I just...
Stay on stage?
No, like stay...
Backstage?
Backstage, yeah.
And you declined?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So after the concert, Omahlay tweeted, well, allegedly tweeted about the fact that he asked you if you had a boyfriend. Is this real? Is this fake? Like, can you clarify?
Oh, it's definitely fake.
So he didn't ask you if you had a boyfriend. Did you guys actually have a conversation prior to you dancing?
We had a conversation after, like after the dance, we spoke.
You and Omahlay?
Yeah.
Oh.
But that was on stage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What was that conversation?
No, I was just really excited. I was just like, thank you like for letting me go on stage and stuff. Yeah, that was it.
What was the first conversation you had when you went back down into the audience with your boyfriend?
Even before I got to him, I already kind of felt a certain type of way. I just felt like I did something that was wrong, but I knew he would probably be offended when I saw his face. So he wasn't really like speaking.
Really?
For the rest of the show, no.
Oh, okay. You said you felt some type of way. What was the way that you were feeling?
So as I was walking like through the crowd, there was this guy and he was like to me, oh, is that your man? And I was like, so that the way he said it, I just thought, I wouldn't want anyone to speak about him in that way or to me. Like, what do you mean, oh, is that your man? So immediately I just like, oh shit, like.
So you basically came from a high and you felt low at that point because of what the person had said.
And then obviously I saw his face and then I was just like, oh yeah.
In a video that had surfaced online, we can see him walking away. Did you guys go home together? You said you didn't have a conversation in the audience. Did you speak at any point on that night?
Of course we did. Like, we went home together. In the video, it looked like he was walking away from me. But we was walking together. A group of girls just stopped me and just said, oh, like, you did your thing, like, you did. And obviously he wasn't trying to hear that. So he just walked off. But he was waiting for me at the end of the road. So obviously the person that was recording didn't get that part, but he was waiting for me.
So I want to go back to a previous question that we spoke about. You said that you going on stage, he was totally okay with it. You've already had that conversation, so you were confident to go on stage.
Yeah.
And when you've come off stage, he's visibly upset. So do you think that he was influenced by the audience and their reaction?
100%.
Okay.
Because he was recording himself. And then in the video, there was girls around us and they were just looking at him and recording him. And obviously that's going to make him feel very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But before that, he was recording, so.
I'm going to ask this question and I want you to answer as liberally as you can. Would you say that you respected him as your boyfriend? And the reason why I'm asking this question is because there's been a lot of conversation about if that's your boyfriend, for you to go on stage, and this is something that I myself have thought, if for you to go on stage while your boyfriend's there, that's not something that a lot of people would see as respectful. Talk us through that.
Yeah, I do, and I did respect him a lot, but I know the way I danced on stage might have look like I don't respect him at all, but I have a lot of respect for him. But I do understand why people would think what I did was disrespectful.
Did you speak about it as a couple after?
Yeah.
What was that conversation like?
I don't want to speak about that.
It was a private conversation?
Yeah, it was a private conversation.
Okay. If the tables were turned, do you think there would be this much outrage if he had gotten on stage and danced with Jada Kingdom?
Yeah, we've literally spoke about that before. He was like, oh, what if Ira Star calls me on stage? And I was like, go, like, do your thing. Just because you go on stage, it doesn't mean there's anything between you and the artist. So, like, it's cool. Like, I wouldn't have an issue with that, no.
And do you think that you would have felt a type of way depending on the audience and your surrounding?
I wouldn't feel a certain type of way, But obviously, if people are recording you, because they're invading your privacy, don't just record people, I would feel uncomfortable. But not with him being on stage, but with the fact that people are just trying to make it look like it's wrong.
Painting a different story.
Yes.
Okay. When did you actually notice that you had gone viral?
So on the night, like literally immediately after the concert, I saw myself on TikTok and I was like, oh, that was quick. Like, but that was just a clip of me dancing. Like he wasn't in that video. And there was like a lot of positive comments. Like a lot of girls were saying, oh, I wish that was me, you did your things. I was okay with it because there wasn't like any hate or anything.
What was going through your mind then when you had seen it actually blow up on Shade Borough? It's made it to the Shade Room at one point. How were you feeling?
It was a lot because there's only so much someone can take. And for you to like see yourself all over social media in a negative way, it did affect my mental health. Because everyone had like lots of opinions and stuff, but I had my friends and family around, so they were like really supportive.
I want to be you to be very candid in this moment about how it made you feel.
I was really confused, and I'm not gonna lie, in that moment, all I cared about was what he thinks of me. And he did tell me what he thinks of me, like complete opposite to what people are saying. But because there was just so much that was said, I don't know what to do with all of that. So it was like really, really bad.
It was a lot. And how are you doing now?
I'm okay. I'm not gonna let that get to me, like, because if I do good or bad, people are gonna speak regardless.
So there have been a few rumors going around, one of many, that this was a staged thing. I don't know how it could be staged, but there have been allegations that it's staged. Can you talk us through that, shed light?
I get why people would say that, because I know for a fact some people, if you went on stage, you probably wouldn't know like what to do or how to dance. So I get why people would say that, but no, it wasn't staged.
So you're just a natural bad bee dancer?
Like, if I need to go with the flow, I'll go with the flow.
Yeah,
like,
period.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay. What was the status of you lot's relationship at this point?
We were still speaking.
But you weren't together?
We were.
You were still together?
Yeah.
When he told you not to answer Kai Sanat's call?
Yeah.
Okay. So from the time he told you not to answer the call and then him going onto Kai Sanat's stream, how long was that? Was it a day
hours.
or two? Sorry?
Couple hours.
Okay. How did we get there? Can you elaborate? What happened?
I don't even know what happened. Like, all I know was he told me to not go on it and I should focus on my mental health. The next day, well, it was already the next day because it was like maybe like 2 a.m. We were still speaking, and then all of a sudden he's on Kai Sanat's live stream. I was like...
When you say, because I just need to make sure that we are clear.
Yeah.
You are saying we're still speaking. That means a lot of things. Were you still boyfriend and girlfriend?
We never broke up. We never like...
Oh.
We never actually broke up.
Even now?
I don't want to answer that.
I'm going to probe you here. Why don't you want to answer?
Because it's private. I think that's something me and him should keep private, whether we are together or not.
I understand. But for me, for you to say that this is private in terms of the status of your relationship, it then kind of goes back to it being, is this staged? Is this for content? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if he's told you not to go onto Kai Sanat's live stream and then a couple hours gone on, and now he's getting a lot of benefits, which we're gonna touch on, and you don't want to clarify if you're together or not, it's a bit, where do you guys stand? Are we angry at the right person? Because everybody's angry at you right now because you're the girl who has scorned this oh so innocent man. But now you're saying it wasn't actually like that and you don't want to divulge if you're in a relationship or not. Where's the thought process on that?
We're not speaking right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But you're not speaking right now, but the relationship status is still question mark.
Yeah.
Okay. Obviously, from him going onto the live stream, how did you feel about that? Because he has gotten a lot of opportunities from that. From our numbers, he had, let me double check, 400 followers, and he now sits at 88,000 followers. He has done a Morley's advert. Apparently, he's getting a lot of brand deals. How does that make you feel, especially because he told you not to go on?
I'm actually happy for him.
Okay.
Like, I'm happy for him because I know this is something he's not always wanted, but it's something that I know he could do because he's got like, he can do it. Like, I know what he can do. But the way he's gone about it was unnecessary because whether you like go on the live stream or not, I wouldn't have had an issue with it anyway. So he didn't have to go about it in that way because you just like kind of betraying the people that you still claim that you love. So
do you think that he had people in his ear telling him what to do?
100%.
Yeah?
100%.
Okay. I'm going to go back to a question that I said before. In terms of him going on Kaisanat's live stream, despite him telling you not to go on, do you feel like it was like a lick back type situation?
Yeah, part of me does, but that's just scary because I've been speaking to him before and I was with him. So not once did I ever feel like he was going to do that. Like I said, he could have told me and I still wouldn't like, you know, find an issue with it.
Is this a forgivable offence for you?
No.
Fair enough. Do you regret not going on Kaisanat's live stream?
I don't regret it because at the end of the day, it just shows me what he's capable of.
Who? Kaisanat or
No, him.
Your
Yeah.
question mark?
Yeah.
If you could change anything, would you have gone on? Would you have said, you know what? Yeah, I don't need the compensation. Let me speak my truth.
Yeah, because I was going to answer, like, I was going to call him back.
Yeah.
But obviously he was there and he was just, like, not with it. So anything he wasn't with, like, anything he didn't want to do, I wasn't going to do.
We spoke a bit earlier and you mentioned that you don't feel like it was a mistake. You don't regret going on stage at any point. Do you still stand by that?
I don't regret going on stage. However, what I do regret is how that made him feel. 'Cause no one wants to be in a crowd and feel like publicly humiliated and stuff. Like, I don't blame him for how like he felt. So, but I don't regret going on stage when we've had that conversation before. So no.
I want to just kind of pick your brain. You going on stage with an artist, how would it have been in a respect? How could you have done it in a respectful way where he wouldn't have felt a type of way?
Obviously, I would have danced differently. However, there was a lot of pressure because I have seen his previous performance. So I just thought, like I said, I had to dance the same way, basically.
If this were to happen tomorrow, knowing everything you know now, and you went to the concert tomorrow, Omahlay pointed at you, and you would still do it again. That's what you said, right? And you don't regret going on stage, but you regret how it made your boyfriend feel. So if that's the case, what led you to make an apology video? Did you feel pressured by the social media, what people were saying, the fact that people were getting onto you? Is that what made you want to apologize?
The reason why I apologized is because I did publicly humiliate him. He felt embarrassed. So that's why I wanted to make an apology publicly. But that wasn't the point of the video. Yeah.
In one of your videos, you mentioned that everybody needs to heal and move on. What did you mean by that?
Let's be real, if everyone's mistakes were recorded,
That part.
where would we all be at?
Yeah.
So that's why I think everyone should just heal, move on. It's happened. I can't go back and change it. I did what I did. He felt how he felt, but people should just move on from it.
Have you healed? Have you moved on?
From the situation, like the concert, yeah, I've moved on a long time ago. But with how he felt, no.
Is this a situation that you guys can come back from? Can we see you guys in a few months holding hands, walking down the River Thames? Is that possible?
I don't know.
There's a narrative out there about you right now, that, you know, you're bad mind, you're disrespectful, you didn't rate him, you went out of your way to intentionally hurt him, which you've clarified you didn't. So is there anything that you want to say to people to just be like, listen, we had a conversation, it wasn't that XYZ?
Yeah, we did have a conversation, and he knows my character. Like, nobody else that's speaking actually knows me. Like, he knows me, he knows me, he knows my character, he knows how respectful I am towards him as well. He can't, like, deny that. I just want to put that out there, that he doesn't think of me the way people think of me.
But is that before, though? Because it seems as though, like you mentioned earlier, that he has been heavily influenced.
He has been, yeah.
So do you feel like his perspective of you has changed?
No.
You still think he thinks of you?
He does think of me the same.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay. What I've gathered through the course of this conversation is your need and desire to protect him. You keep saying you disrespected him and you made him feel some type of way. But let's talk about how you feel and how you've been disrespected. I want you to realize and understand that your feelings are very much valid in this situation, and it's not just about him. How do you feel about this?
I feel very hurt. I'm angry as well, because you don't do that to someone. Like, you don't. And I did say before, there's other ways he could have gone about it, but he's hurt me in the past. Like, he knows what I did was not on purpose. I'd never intentionally hurt him or make him feel any type of way. And that's why I'm so hurt, because of how I've made him feel. But it seems like he doesn't care about how I feel. He doesn't care what I'm doing. He doesn't care how I'm dealing with the hate. He knows the hate I'm getting. He's been seeing it, you know. And for him to even add me to his little ad video that he did is very disrespectful. Like, and I'm just hurt. I'm just really, really hurt. Like, I don't know what else to say.
Yeah. I'm sorry you're going through that. I really do feel for you. I feel like, obviously, you've been mentioning that he was disrespected, and because he was disrespected publicly, it doesn't take away from the fact that you've been disrespected publicly as well, essentially. Speak to me about how you would have liked this situation to be handled differently on his part.
The thing that hurts the most is the conversations we've had in private, and then in public, he's just acting like I'm this. He hasn't even said anything, but because he hasn't said anything, it's like he's going with what everybody else is saying. It's the conversations we've had. You know, we've spoken about this, even like family members, like, as well. He knows, and then for him to like just turn around and like do that, it just.
You mentioned before that you have been getting a lot of negative comments and things like that. Can you kind of elaborate on what people have been saying to you?
They've said a lot. Like, a lot has been said about me. Like, a lot of things that I've never even heard of. And I do read what people say. I know the right thing is to not read what like people have to say about you, but because I've never been in this situation, I can't help it but read. And the things that I've read, like, people can be so mean. Like, people tell me to kill myself. They're telling me ways I can get it quickly, like, easy and like done with. Threatening my family, threatening that if they see me, they're gonna kill me. I hope your family gets cancer and they all die.
Wow, God forbid.
Or like someone said, oh, I hope you get raped and killed. Just stuff like that.
Sorry, guys.